morning from Glasgow, everyone. My name is Kit. This is my second YouTube video. Welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Today I want to share with you, since I am big on personal development, what got me started, what books I've read. I'm going to introduce you to my first one. It was my then Herbalife upline, Susan Mann, who introduced me to this book called The Key to Living the Law of Attraction by Jack Canfield. I read it once. It took me a while to get used to the ideas and the tools in it in order to attract everything that I have now. I reread it, implemented the things that I was taught in it by Jack, the amazing author. Nowadays, I use the tools that are described in his book in my daily miracle morning routine. Here you will see that I have tracked my progress from the 3rd of April right till today. You will see silence, which is meditation, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, scribing. In Jack's book, he mentions affirmations, visualizations. These two have been vital for me to achieve what I have achieved already. Affirmations I have written down in my affirmations book, in each area that I can think of that I want to achieve goals in. Currently I have my Toastmasters goals, my Hong Kong adventure that shall take place in July this year, my healthier eating, career, financial, and the energy that I want to wake up to. You can have any affirmations that you want. You tailor it to your own specific needs, wants, and desires. Next is visualization. You may have heard that athletes, professionals, and any successful people use visualization techniques in order to get what they want. This is a visualization technique that I have made. This was made in 2014. This year in July, I shall be travelling back to Hong Kong, my birthplace, with my eldest son Corey, my mum, youngest son Calvin. The four of us are going to be travelling together for the very first time. This is what I wanted in 2014. It is finally materialising. I shall be meeting my Aussie husband in Hong Kong airport in July the 8th. This is only one of the visualisation techniques that we use. I use other visualisation techniques such as closing my eyes, meditating, and visualise what I want to achieve as if I have already achieved it. I put myself at the end of my journey. Stephen Covey, who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, suggests that we start with the end in mind. This is what I do with my visualizations each morning when I do my miracle morning. I will go through that later in another YouTube video. Today I want to focus on this book. The other thing that I got from this book was my bucket list. I had never written a bucket list up until then, back in 2011, when I got my pause on this book. Here is my bucket list. You'll see Sydney's famous landmarks has a tick on it. I ticked this off in July 2015 when I flew all the way from Glasgow, Scotland to Sydney, Australia to see Sydney's famous landmarks. I wish I had some photos to show you, however I don't have them printed off to show you. Those of you who are on my Facebook page will be able to see some if they are still on it, I can't remember. However, what I want to show you is, what I want to share with you is, writing a bucket list doesn't mean that you have to have the money to achieve what it is that you want on your bucket list. When I wrote this bucket list, I didn't know how to get the money in order to finance my trip to Sydney with Calvin, my youngest son. Jack Canfield's book suggested you just write it down. Whatever you want to achieve before you die, write it down. No need to focus on the details. The details will come at a later date. What I suggest you do is only focus on what you want to achieve before you die. That's what a bucket list is. So far, I have ticked off 1, 2, 3 items on my bucket list. I am almost ticking off others. They are a work in progress. I strongly suggest that you have a written bucket list because it is vital. Life is short. We don't know when we're going to pass on. We need to know what we want to achieve before we leave this universe. That's my opinion. Also, I want to share with you, who wants to go on holiday? Yes, me. What I do is, always, every single day, I have my passport at the side of my bedroom. I have a sideboard to the side of my bedroom. It's always on my sideboard. I can see my passport every single morning as I wake up. I visualise myself going on holiday every single day. This is another visualisation technique that you could use. For those of you who don't have a valid passport, I strongly suggest that you do get one. That brings me on to another story that I want to share with you regarding my passport. In 2011, I got into Herbalife. It's a business opportunity. They are very big on personal development, which is what got me on board. At the time, they were talking about an extravaganza that they go to annually. It was going to be abroad. I didn't have a passport, therefore I didn't qualify to go. Next year, in 2012, I promised myself that I would apply for a valid passport. I got it. I got the money together because I used the tools that Jack Canfield suggested in his book. I'm not sure. I could be telling lies. I think I made a vision board for it. If not, I attracted it in some way or another. Yes, I remember it now. I attracted it by writing in my gratitude journal on a daily basis. I was thankful for everything that I had, mainly money that couldn't buy. With my passport, I got the money together. I got my flights booked with help from my fellow Herbalife distributors. We arranged to fly out in September. That was one of my biggest achievements because as an adult, I had never flown out of Scotland, UK, after coming to live in Glasgow from Hong Kong. The next time I flew was the following year, 2013, to Germany. For that particular extravaganza, I did make a vision board. I remember it clearly. For my Sydney trip, because I had already written it in my bucket list and I had found my ideal partner, who is my now husband, those things came together, the jigsaw puzzle came together in order for me to be able to fly to Sydney. The money came to me in a rather mysterious and painful way. I shall share that with you in a later video. On arriving in Sydney in June 2015, I was so proud of myself. I was ever excited. The sun was shining. We had made it there. It took us 3 days, over 3 flights. Yes, 3 flights. More than 30 hours. We finally got there. It was well worth the effort, the planning, organising. Truly amazing experience. At the time, my youngest son Calvin had never flown ever. I threw him into the deep end. I literally exhausted Google, Siri, Safari, and I did so much research I exhausted myself because I wanted to make sure that both of us would be as comfortable as possible when we flew to Sydney. I knew it was going to be an exhausting and challenging journey. With my personal development, knowledge and insight, I knew I could pull this together. It was no problem. However, there was one thing. I had never flown long haul as an adult. That was scary. However, I felt the fear and I did it anyway. That is how we achieve our goals or see that our dreams are met. Behind me is some visuals that I use, visualization techniques that I use. This is money. I want to have financial freedom, therefore I have money displayed. I see this every single morning and night. I am rich, filthy, stinking rich. Here I have the gift of health is keeping us alive. This is an affirmation. I want to have great health. Gratitude. This reminds me to practice gratitude each and single day. I have here a quote in Chinese. It translates to 成功者永不放棄, meaning those who succeed never give up. The bottom line reads in Chinese, 放棄者永不成功, meaning those who quit never succeed. Therefore, this is why I am relentless at achieving my goals. Here is a vision board that I have made because my husband and I both want to travel to Japan. I have put the photos of myself, my husband and Calvin here. I've put photos of Japan. I have written, thank you for our Japan holiday. We can personalise our vision boards to our own desires. I'm a very visual person. I learn and remember information through visuals. Therefore, I need visuals to trigger what I want. Until I see something, it's out of my mind. Anything else I want to do? I think that's it. I highly recommend this book to you all who wants to achieve and get more out of life. Some people, especially men, have mentioned that the law of attraction is a gimmick. It's wishy-washy. It doesn't work. I, from my personal experience, can share with you that it works for me because I am open to it. Until you have an open mind to something, you are never ever going to experience it with positivity. In order to get the full benefits of this book, we need to have an open mind. I was open to everything that Jack Canfield had to share with me and his readers worldwide. Therefore, that is why I got so much from this book, and I'm learning how to attract more into my life by using the law of attraction. If you have any questions about how to use the law of attraction, please leave a comment on my video. I will be more than happy to share with you my knowledge and experience. Until the next time, bye from Scotland, Glasgow, bye from kids.